For the very best in music, information, entertainment and education. Stay locked onto UNICAL Radio International, 103.5 FM.
My name is Professor Enomakoli.
My name is Gordon O'Hara and
Dr. Etimefia.
This is Ivan Etakban.
Dr. Anto Odunde.
Dr. Eperone Esu.
Chris Wamo.
Emeritus Professor Ene Osi.
Dr. Vivian Mesendo.
John Clems and
This Professor Yung Bangayong.
Joseph Edets, aka La Shakara. Keep listening to UNICAL Radio.
UNICAL 103.5 FM. The best anywhere.
Keep listening to
their programs.
You get the best education, entertainment, information.
Please always listen to UNICAL Radio.
yeah, God bless you for doing that. And I'm impressed.
And I encourage every student, staff, and all of you out there.
Now, henceforth, don't change the dial.
And you will not regret it.
I love UNICAL Radio.
103.5 FM.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you and bye.
Stay tuned to UNICAL Radio International, 103.5 FM.
You are the best. Just how many years of existence? Thank you. Keep it up.
For the very best in music, information, entertainment and education. Stay locked onto UNICAL Radio International, 103.5 FM.
innovation, education, and empowering young people, especially girls. And now, if you have been paying attention to the tech and education space in Nigeria, you may have heard the name Shenovate. And when you hear that name, you can't help but smile and ask, is that like a short way of saying she innovates? Of course, you're wrong. Because honestly, that's exactly what they do. Shenovate is a non-profit organization creating space for girls and young women to learn, build, and lead through science and technology. And they are back with something exciting. It is called the Science Engage Lab. Joining me in the studio today, I have two beautiful guests. In fact, two strong, powerful women. I want to describe them that way. And first of all, I want to introduce the two brilliant women behind this initiative. By my right, I'll be introducing Joy Offere. Hi, Joy. Good morning.
Hi, Michelle. Good morning.
Welcome to 103.5 FM.
Thank you very much.
All right. The founder and executive director of Shenovate is Melania Kozdra. I would like to say, Dr. Mel, good morning to 103.5 FM.
It's Melania Kozdra, but thank you very much.
Pardon me, if I didn't get that right. All
Good
right.
morning, everyone.
Good morning. She is a researcher, a volunteer, and co-creator of the Science Engage Lab. Ladies, you all are welcome to UNICAL Radio International. I hope you're having a great day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't find it difficult locating this place.
No, it was simple. We just had to make a couple phone calls and we got here.
All right, that's amazing. So, Dr. Mills, I want to start with you. How's your time in Nigeria?
I'm enjoying my time here.
Have you eaten afang soup?
Actually, that's a question I get a lot.
Yes. How can you be here, especially this part? If you were in Lagos, I would say, have you tasted amala and owedu?
In Lagos, did I try that?
No,
I did not try that.
Why?
Because I didn't spend that much time in Lagos.
Co-creator of the Science Engage Lab. Ladies, you all are welcome to UNICAL Radio International. I hope you're having a great
afang. I tasted afang. I must say that this is actually my favorite soup.
I hope you didn't find it difficult locating this place.
I tasted egg pankoko.
Nice.
I am actually exploring the food and I like it a lot.
I can also call you the daughter of the soil because already Dr. Mills, I want to start with you. How's your time in Nigeria? Culture. So welcome again. It's so nice to have you eaten afang soup.
That's a question.
First of all, yes. How can you be here, especially this part? If you were in Lagos, I would say, have you tasted amala and owedu?
In Lagos, did I try that? No, I did not try that.
Why?
I tried because I didn't spend that much time in Lagos.
Co-creator of the Science Engage Lab. Ladies, you all are welcome to UNICAL Radio International. I hope you're having a great.
The TES.
Uh-huh.
It's just where we injected the technology. So it's coined from 3 different words. And so that's why we have she
Novates.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well,
That's brilliant.
tasted
Okay,
afang,
beyond
and
the
I say that
name,
this
it
is
is clear
actually
you're
my
deeply
favorite
passionate
soup.
about it. You
Yes.
find it difficult locating
Okay,
this
so
place.
So
Where did that passion come
I
from?
am
What
actually
problem do
exploring
you
the
feel
food.
Shenovate absolutely had to solve?
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that question. So similar to the
Try that. No, I did not try that.
Why?
I tried because I didn't spend that
Okay,
much time in
she
Lagos.
co-created.
Stemmed from a very personal experience when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I was then still in Calabar and I had an interest in going into STEM. But then there was the challenge of acquiring the skill, which was quite expensive. And then there was also the systemic barrier where if you're going to a STEM firm to learn about things, they'll tell you, oh, it's actually very difficult. So it has to be boys that are doing it. So there was that mythical culture that made it feel like STEM was male-based and not female-based. And so you have to exclude the particular kind of brilliance for you to do STEM. So I was like, well, this is just not going to be the case for me. And so I reached out to a technology firm and I was like, I'm actually a very talented writer, but in exchange, I want to go into mobile development with your firm. So I'm not just saying hire me, but I'm telling you, I have this value to be able to offer. And so when I got there, I was now like the only girl in the entire firm.
Wow.
And so it was now clearer to me that this gender gap really exists. And then I started talking with which is the co-founder of Shenovate anyways, Elisha Agbama.
Okay.
So I started talking with him, and then he asked a lot of questions. And so we now realized that there were very much more other girls who were interested in STEM and could not have access to learning. And so we set out to bridge that gap, because it was not just my lived experience, but it was the same reality for a lot of girls in Calabar, and it extends to globally, because we have just 35% of women in STEM ecosystem.
Okay. Awesome. That's quite a journey. But anyways, okay. So you've worked across education, you've worked across software engineering, you've also worked across curriculum design and global partnership. When you look at young girls today, especially in Nigeria, what do you think they are missing most when it comes to science and technology education?
I think the most thing they're missing is the hands-on experience. And that boils down into curriculum development and policies. Because I think from my experience, policy play a very key role in how that education is disseminated, how it is implemented in schools, and how that the teachers get to teach them. So in my background as a software engineer, I graduated a couple months back. I graduated November last year.
Oh.
And during my time, I served as the only female undergraduate teaching assistant in my school, and it was quite very an interesting process to talk to students, engage with students, teach students who were like a year lesser than me, and I understood different learning style. I also saw different learning gaps, and also saw that there were just two women in the faculty of engineering at that time.
Okay.
So again, these gaps became very clear. But some of the things I saw was hands-on learning.
Okay.
Right? The curriculum promoted that learning, that efficiency, that space where you can fine-tune your ideas, you can brainstorm, you have that technical expression and the creative free spirit to be able to learn things. So even bringing it back to Nigeria, so many schools, especially the public schools in Nigeria, they do theoretical-based learning. And so students get to learn what Ohm's law is, but then they sometimes never had the opportunity to practice what that is. So it is one thing to tell a story, it's another thing to have a lived experience. So we're trying to create that blend of learning and an opportunity to work on the learning you have to be able to become an innovator. So that is what the journey would look like, and I think that is going to be a very essential part of the education system in Nigeria.
Awesome. Okay. Now brings us now to the Science Engine Lab. And I want to start with Dr. Mel first. Dr. Mel, at what point did you realize, this question is for both of you, but I want to start with Dr. Mel. At what point did you both realize that, okay, we need to build something different, something extraordinary, something more hands-on, something more engaging and more real? At what point was it?
Well, it started at Falling Wall in Berlin. It was in 2024.
Okay.
Actually, that's when Joy was pitching the Shenovate initiative.
Okay.
And I was really inspired by the way she was presenting and talking about the problem that, the gender gap that they're trying to address in STEM, which is directly dear to my own heart, and I care about this subject. And the way she was also expressing the activities that they run within the organization, I felt that this is real. They really handle real problems with real people with the way they do it. So I got inspired and I reached out to her. In the course of the conference, we connected, and I felt even more inspired by this woman who is very strong and has a lot of drive to handle the problem. And that was it for the time being. And then a few months later, I was thinking, what would I like to do after my PhD? And I felt that I would like to do something that's more engaging for me directly with the problems that I care about. And on top of that, I really like exploring new cultures. And I like learning from direct experience.
Sure.
So here I suggest Joy, what about I volunteer at your organization and I come to Nigeria and we think about the problem that we can solve together. And she said, yes, let's do it. And since a year, we've been planning, working on the curriculum and organizing the whole project together.
Yeah. So how's that been?
Well, a lot of work, I can say. A lot of work, and it's we are learning, and as we keep saying to each other, we are building the plane as we fly.
Nice. I love that. Building the plane as you fly. I love that. Okay, now let's look at you, Joy. What points did you think that we need to create something more real? At what point?
Okay. So I would say that it would be around 2021 because that was when Shenovate started. But then on the course of trying to provide the STEM skills to students, there was another essential part that I realized was missing, which was confidence. So it is one thing for someone to know something, then it's another thing for them to be able to express it.
Yeah.
And so for many students, especially with their different learning styles and way of expression, they could be very talented in an area but lack the ability to speak. And so in those cases, ideas, creativity, and expressions are lost in just someone being silent. So we realized that for them to be able to thrive in the ecosystem, whether they have the most excellent part of that skill is for them to develop that confidence. So leadership was like one of the key roles that we had to use as part of the structure to be able to get them to speak, share those ideas. So I think I would say that after realizing this was a problem, far back as 2021, we then realized that in the course of solving this problem, we keep that open-mindedness because there are other things that are going to come up. And if we see them as barriers, we try to break those barriers and fill in the gaps to be able to create more access. And I would say that in my personal experience as a Technovision girl, currently I see the Technovision alumni board. I have been able to see what education look like across different parts of the world. And I see some adoptions that we can easily implement here in a way that in Nigeria, in Calabar, it's more accessible to the local needs here. So I think, yes, those are like the challenges, and we are always open to be able to solve new challenges. It also gives us that information that what we are doing is what's doing continuously.
Awesome. So, and that still brings me to the question that how did Science Engaged Lab come to life? Like when, the year, Melo says 2020, at some point it was 2024, and you're saying it's 2021. Now I really want to know how Science, what year,
because there are other things that are going to come up. And
if
we see them as 2021 was when we tried to break those barriers and then fill in the gaps Science Engaged Lab conversations. And I would say that in my personal experience, as a Technovision and currently I sit on the Technovision alumni board. I have been able to see what education looks like across different parts of the world.
Dr. Mel, let's
and I see some adoptions that we can easily
I'll say your journey has been incredible. You studied and conducted research across Poland, across the UK, across the Netherlands, across Sweden, and now you're here in Calabar, Nigeria. That's actually awesome. So, you're just here to co-create science education program. Now you are specialized in solid state batteries and sustainable energy. So which may sound complex to the question that how did Science Engaged Lab? I've never seen someone like actually not a woman. Mel says definitely the man. So definitely I know there will be challenges, the joys and all of that. So I want you to share that journey with us. How can you tell us a little about solid state batteries and sustainable energy?
Okay, so solid-state batteries is a new generation. It's hopefully going to be a new generation of batteries, and it's already implemented in some of the cars. In general, this kind of technology is meant to be used in electric vehicles. So currently, the most batteries that we are using, they are lithium-ion batteries, and they are based on liquid or gel electrolytes. And this comes with certain problems. In particular, there is a safety issue that is not, that's there, and also the limited amount of energy that we can store in a battery. The limited amount of energy means that we don't have, we have only certain amount of energy that we can only drive a car for a certain amount of kilometers.
Yeah.
And that can be a limitation for many users. So now the solid state batteries is the technology that is meant to replace the liquid based batteries.
Okay.
And it's meant to be more safe and have more energy capacity, meaning that we can drive a car longer. So that's in a nutshell, what's the goal of this technology, and also what's the idea behind it.
Yeah. So I want to ask Dr. Mel, what inspired you to not just go through with this research, but to actually delve into solid state batteries?
All right. That's a good question. It's a complex one, and I will try to get there. So what inspired me, the main inspiration for me is that I am very much aware of the destructive impact of humans on the planet and the global warming challenge that we are facing.
Yeah.
So when I was finishing my master's degree, I had been having this thought already for throughout my life in a way.
Okay.
And I thought, what do I want to put my technical skills into? Where do I want to engage? What do I want to engage with? And then one of the big aspects is how do we store the energy, because we actually use batteries in everyday life everywhere currently. So then I thought, okay, this is one of the subjects that's actually very important for sustainable transition of towards sustainable energy.
Yeah.
So that was my it was kind of a vision that, okay, this is something that's really important for all of us here.
Awesome. Okay, now, what actually drew you to working directly with young students, especially young women, through the Science Engage Lab?
Okay. So that's, I think that's actually also in a way a very personal part. Where I grew up in Poland, and in a way the context is maybe somewhat similar, that the environment was not suggesting me to go towards technical university and acquire technical skills.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was lucky enough to have one teacher who actually was showing a very strong belief in me and in my capacity to learn this and go through the idea that I actually can do chemistry. I can do technology if I want to.
Yeah.
It's a matter of being stubborn and strong enough and resilient. Build the resilience on the way. And I think thanks to the fact that I had this base, I managed to go through the system, even if it was actually still throwing stones under the feet, as we say it, in a way that it was throwing challenges. That I could see that my male colleagues are treated in a different way than I am. That my presence is not necessarily, I'm not in place. I'm not the person that is meant to be here. It's not the natural environment for me.
Women. Okay.
Exactly. So I could see that, and I could see that this is not okay, and I want to do something about it. So I have already done small actions during my PhD, and in general this aspect had been always on the table for me. And then here when I saw Joy pitching and we connected and all of that, I thought, okay, now I have another chance to actually do even more towards this direction, and in another context, which is a challenge, because I also need to understand what's the context here, and here it's that's where the organization actually, I am part of the organization, which helps a lot. So I feel like I connected with the vision that Joy was projecting about giving the girls confidence and showing them and giving not only the skills but also this belief that they can do it. So I'm kind of trying to propagate what I gained and what I got from my teacher.
Okay. Awesome. That's really great. And during one of your comments, you said you were actually here as a volunteer. So you're volunteering your time and expertise here. So what does Science Engage Lab represent to you personally?
Good question. I didn't put it in. Okay, I will try to put it in words now. So I think for me it's an exchange in a way, because I am giving something, but I'm also learning a lot.
Okay.
I'm learning I'm going to learn from the students, but I'm also learning from Joy and the other team members, because I have not worked in a non-profit organization.
Okay.
So for me, this is a learning experience in that sense. And on top of that, of course, this is a very different context. So I'm learning, I'm getting a lot of input just on everyday basis.
Okay. All right, guys. You are still on to 103.5 FM. And of course, I have two powerful women in the building in the person of Dr. Mel and Joy Offere. And right now, we'll be going on a very short break. Do not touch that dial. We will be back after this time out.
UNICAL Radio International, Entertainment 360, Edutainment 360, Infotainment 360, with Smart like that. Entertainment extravaganza, only on UNICAL Radio International, Edutainment 360.
Attention! This is to inform all students of the University of Calabar about the importance of obtaining the official Intelligent Student Digital Identity Card, IDID. Registration for the IDID is absolutely free for all freshmen. To be eligible, you're required to present your school fee printout at the point of registration. All registrations and ID processing are conducted strictly at the IDID office, Pavilion 1 upstairs. Please note that all departments are to carry out their ID registration only at this office. The university ID card is not just a form of identification, it grants you access to key facilities on campus, serves as proof of student status, and is compulsory for all examinations and official transactions within the university. Students are strongly advised to avoid unauthorized agents or fake ID vendors, as fake IDs are not recognized by the university and may lead to serious issues during examinations or clearance. Remember to protect your identity, stay official, and register at the IDID office, Pavilion 1 upstairs today. This announcement is brought to you by the University of Calabar Management in collaboration with the IDID team.
For the very best in music, information, entertainment and education, stay locked onto UNICAL Radio International, 103.5 FM.
(11:26) on the DOT, and we are still on right here on 103.5 FM, UNICAL Radio International. And I still have just two powerful women or ladies in the building, and we're talking about, we're talking about science, we're talking about innovation, we're talking about education and the empowering of young people, especially girls. So if you're not a girl, don't be jealous, but just bring your younger ones. If you have a neighbor, you have a sister, cousin that you would love them to be a part of this, I don't want to say group, but if you want them to be part of this so that they can learn as well and also go into areas that they say, women cannot do this, prove them wrong. Yes, be part of those people that will prove them wrong. That see, women can do whatever they set their heart to do. So yes, I still have Dr. Mills in the building, and I still have Joy Offere in the building, and we are talking the Science Engage Lab, and of course the Shenovate, who is the organizers and also the help me out here, please. Creators of the Science Engage Lab. So now we're going to be looking at, this thing is coming up soon, right? And of course you want people to be part of it. So let us say the Science Engage Lab is an 8-week project-based science and technology program presented by Shenovate. So now, who is exactly this program? Who is it exactly, designed for? So Joy, let me start with you.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So I would, before going into a lot of details, would say that this is the first time we're opening our program up to
the public.
No, not public.
Okay.
We serve the public, so we always welcome them. But this is the first time we're working with males. So for this program, we're giving 85% of the opportunities to women because they are our priorities, and the remaining 15% to males. So yeah, if you fall in the next category, feel free to apply. We're working with high school students and university students. So if you're in first and second year in the following department: computer science, software engineering, chemistry, physics, and electrical engineering, you're the right target audience for this program. And the reason why we're doing this is because at some point of the 8 weeks, we're going to delve really deep into the scientific method of reporting. And so on the course of the program, you're going to learn different things around battery technology, energy, and some amount of data analysis based on the level that you are. And so essentially, we also have programs for high school students because we understand that most of them have had the theoretical experience, like we've been emphasizing on this conversation. So we're providing that learning space for them to be able to carry on activity hands-on, ask questions, observe, do different experiments, and understand the amount of energy that they use and how they can conserve the energy for the global aspect of climate change.
Nice. Okay, so if you're listening to us right now, this year, it's not just focused on women, it's not just focused on girls. Guys have given some slots. Okay, so yes, forgive me when I said it's not for the guys. Guys, please, you are also part of this. So you can, mention the department again: computer science,
software engineering, physics, chemistry, and electrical engineering.
All right. So if you know you belong to any of these departments and you are interested, please feel free, stay to the end of the program so that you can know where, to apply. Just stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, let's move to you, Dr. Mills. What is the target audience for this program? Okay, I think Joy has actually focused on that. Now, what will they learn?
So what they will learn, they will actually have, the program is very holistic, and the students will go through the scientific method iteration process. So what it means is that they will first get a context of where we are working, what they will study. So it will be related to energy and the battery technology. Then they will also do hands-on experiments using the local materials. So in this case, the students are going to build a lemon or potato battery.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
And we are going to actually power a small diode. So they will see that they are producing light. And on top of that, of course, the idea here is that they will understand that in the battery, we are converting chemical energy into light energy, and they will do measurements using multimeters. So these are the hands-on experiments. And on top of that, later, they will also use a bit of programming. So they will get introduced to it in a very direct manner, because they will actually collect the data, and then later on they will by themselves evaluate those data using the programming.
Nice.
And finally, the final aspect of the program is that they will engage with writing and preparing a presentation, so that they also learn communicating with their peers and of course with other community members, and they are able to show what they learned, and on top of that receive feedback and learn to hear criticism and also give feedback in a constructive way.
Awesome. Okay, Joy, what are the criteria for participation?
Cool. Thank you. So the first criteria has to be that the students from high school should be either in JSS3, SS1, or SS2. The reason behind that is simply because SS3 is like the national exam class, and so we don't want you to have interference with that exams. And then for the college students, we're working with first year and second year students. So if you fit in that category, fine. And then another thing is you have to be able to strongly express your interest to join in a way that it convinces us, because the program is a scholarship program for all of the students we're going to be accepting to be a part. So you need to be able to express that interest in a convincing manner. So
Okay, Dr. Mel.
I want to add one more aspect, which is you need to show that you really want to engage with the program, because the best learning comes when you are actually engaged and actively participating in all of the classes. So that's very important for us to see that you really are motivated to take responsibility for participating in the program. And that's what I want to tell.
That's great. So if I heard correctly, with just secondary school students and also college students, like university students, and all they just need to do is they should have interest for what they want to do, right?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you're listening, guys. Your pen and paper, you just have to jot down, because you don't have to miss this. All right. Now let's move on to how learning happens, because we know that the Shenovate or the Science Engage Lab, is it going to be like the traditional, ABCD 1 2 3 4, like we learn in the classroom? What's the learning structure like?
Who's the question for?
It's for you, Joy.
Okay. So it's a very non-traditional system of teaching, because first, it's an after-school program, so it's going to be happening in the evenings. And then secondly, we're also having the practical-based class, which is something we've also talked about. But then there is something very interesting that we're doing, is we're having industry visits. So we have industry visits to a particular lab in Calabar. I would save that information. So if you want to find out, sign up. So there's the industry visit to 2 different industries here in Calabar, where the students can interact with those people, learn from career professionals, and also ask questions. And then there's also the leadership part. And during the leadership series, we also have guest speakers come into them. So most of these people are people you probably just see in TVs and not think you'll meet them. So they've accepted to be a part of our program. So we're bringing them as close to you as possible. And so you can ask them those questions and develop the confidence in what you're doing. So yes, we're going to have lots of practicals. We're going to have learning. There's laptops provided for every single thing you need to do. And there's also the teaching assistants and volunteers who are there to support the students all through the 8 weeks journey.
Awesome. Okay, Dr. Mills.
Sorry, I have...
feel free.
We kind of are complementing each other. So I just want to compliment here on the... When it comes to this non-typical learning, is also that the idea is that we start from the concepts that the students know. So they also already will see that they actually know a lot already. And we just want to structure a bit more their base, and also connect to their everyday experiences. So actually, I'm pretty sure that at some point I will mention NEPA or something. Since we are working with energy, that this kind of the idea is here that they can see that this we are very closely related to their reality.
All right,
and they will able to.
The table has been turned to you. So what are you looking for? Let's look at the non-technical skills first. Is it?
So I think for the non-technical skills, I would talk about two things particularly, one of which is communication and the second is collaboration. And that's important because we're also going to be talking a lot. We're going to be working together a lot. And so for us to thrive and have a very productive learning space, those two skills are very important. And then for the ripple effect of the program, when we do this early on, we are developing leadership skills, and it allows us to have confidence to be able to communicate the things that we're going to be learning out of the lab. Yeah. So for the technical part, do you want to talk about that? Okay.
Dr. Mills, then.
That's okay. So for the technical part, the main aspects are the programming, the measurements, and in general, the principles of a scientific method. So the idea is that the students will learn how to structurally approach how to approach a complex problem in a structured way, so that they are able to afterwards approach another problem in the same methodological with the same methodological steps.
Okay. All right. People always say when they're looking out for, people to participate, they actually put only technical skills. It has to be computer literate, or she has to do this. But why do you guys look out for the non-technical skills?
Beautiful. So I'm going to take us back to how Mel and I met. And I'm going to use that as a very typical scenario.
All right.
It is possible that at the time I was, I think, in my sophomore year of college, and it wasn't really about the technical expertise I knew. It was more because I had spoken about a cause that is close to my heart and a problem that my organization was solving. So that aspect of communication is very key. It is possible that you know everything, but if you can't communicate what you know, nobody knows that you know it.
True.
And so people bury their skills and talents behind bars simply because they are unable to communicate those skills. Yeah. And so sometimes they might want to, but
final project. So tell us about it. Like, just tell us, what are you going to be building maybe a new transformer or a new car battery, or in fact you need to use a not wireless, a batteryless or fuelless car, something like that. Are they going to be doing something like that? Let's go to Dr. Mills.
So actually, in this case, the students will come out with understanding.
Okay.
That's the main goal.
Okay.
But the project is based on first, the students will learn their personal energy consumption.
Yeah.
And that's this is the base for measurements.
Okay.
We're using power meters. And then finally they will also study the battery that they are going to build, and they will learn about the specifications of this type of battery.
Okay.
And the actual question in the project that they are answering is, how many lemon batteries do I need to power my monthly consumption? So in this way, they will have to do the measurements on how much energy they consume, and also understand how the battery works, so they are able to answer that question. That's the project.
That's the project. Okay. At least the most important thing Dr. Mel says that you're going to have understanding, because if you don't understand, my dear, how will you not deliver your project? So please endeavor to go. If you're going to be part of this, project, you're going to be part of this training, go with understanding. All right. Everyone listening and thinking, okay, I'm interested. Do you have somebody that you know will be interested? Now, Joy, how can interested students apply? How can interested students apply? right. We're still talking about science. We're still talking about technology. And yes, if you are super interested to be part of this program, Joy is here to tell us when this program or how students who are interested can apply, right?
Yeah.
So how can they apply?
Thank you very much for that question. So the application is very simple and formal. So one, you just have to head on to bit.ly/SEL PARTI as in participants.
Okay.
But PARTI 2026 and express your interest. Also, you can follow Shenovate on Instagram and you can find the link in the bio for you to make your application. And if you intend to volunteer, it's also quite a similar process.
Okay.
You can also head on to bit.ly at SEL Volunteer 26, and that's how you express your interest.
Okay.
Or you can send an email to techgirls@shenovate.com, and then the form can be shared to you.
Awesome. So, Dr. Mel, when does this training start?
So we start training quite soon. It's on 9th of February this year.
Okay. That's nice. How long will it run for?
So it runs for 8 weeks. And it finalizes with the actual presentation of the students' projects.
Okay. And beyond participants, you have already said how volunteers can also, apply. But beyond participants, volunteering and all of that, how can volunteers, mentors, and the general public, help to make this program a success?
Okay, great question. So, because this is not a very traditional program, what we have set out to do is to ensure that the volunteers are trained before the program. There are most cases where people participate, spend their time and effort during program and do not learn anything. So for us, we are ensuring that we are able to train them as teaching assistants to be able to support the program, and they'll also be certified as learning assistants. So this gives them the holistic experience before the students. So now they will not be losing out by just supporting, but they would have gained the skill at first. And so in terms of general public, I would really want to speak to the parents in a sense where it is important for your kids to be a part of this, because it is, I would love to say, once in a lifetime experience, but then I would say that in the context of they only get to participate once. In subsequent program, we have to prioritize other people. So I would encourage parents to sign up. We are also going to be communicating with the parent, so you are very assured of the security of your child. We also have logistics services to be able to cater to the needs of your kids. For instance, picking them up from the school when it's time and taking them to drop them off at home. And we also would be in touch with their schools. So you're going to be in the loop of every single process during the next 8 weeks. And I think during the final presentation, parents would be invited to be able to experience firsthand the learning journey of their children from as far as that. And then I think for the university student, I would encourage you to grab this opportunity, the way they say, grab the bull by the horn. Especially because it helps you build towards your final year in especially STEM field, which we're focused on. You get to do a scientific paper towards the end of your undergraduate journey. And so this gives you a preface before that, so you're able to have this hands-on reporting, because you're going to also peer review with your colleagues. So this is systematically building you towards a successful undergraduate study. So you can see how holistic this looks.
Awesome. Okay, Dr. Mel, I would love to say, what will be your last words to our dear listeners?
Join the program to the students with an open and motivated mind. We are very welcome. We are very much looking forward to welcome you there and engage with you in discussions and experiments and writing sessions. All of that is there for you, and we want to see you there.
Awesome. Dr. Mel says she wants to see you there. What about you, Joy?
So I would say we are excited to see how creativity will spark innovation, and we look forward to all of the things you're going to be doing. So you're not just excited to meet us, we're also excited to meet you and support you. So yeah, come on.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Well. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you so much for, enlightening us, for also sharing this vision with us today. I want to say thank you. And, we really wish to be there to support you each way and to see how we can also make sure that Shenovate and the Science Engage Lab grows forward. And to you, my dear listeners, to you listening to the sound of my voice, Science Engage Lab isn't just about science. It is about possibility. It is about confidence. It is about helping young people see themselves as creators of the